Hi, JJ and JoJo. Time for bed, right? Okay. Well, we've been hearing an awful lot from Winnie the Pooh lately, so I thought I'd change things up and we'd hear a story about a dog. This is Dear Mrs. LaRue, Letters from Obedience School. It was written and illustrated by the same guy named Mark Teague. So, anyway, on the back, there's a little bit more explanation here. Let me read what it says to you on the back first. It says, Dear anyone who's willing to listen, have you ever been unjustly punished, banished to your room, denied your favorite foods? Then you will relate to the hardship and woe I'm enduring while locked up at the Igor Brotweiler Canine Academy. This is a school for bad dogs, not good dogs like yours, like your dear old Ike. See, it's like right there, I think. Trust me when I tell you that I am being horribly mistreated here, and I grow sadder and lonelier, not to mention skinnier, by the hour. Can someone please tell Mrs. LaRue to come and get me right away? Sincerely, the loyal and misunderstood Ike LaRue. P.S. Don't be fooled by the cheery color pictures inside. The black and white ones are the what life at Rottweiler is really like. P.P.S. I still look handsome in spite of the awful uniform. All right, so I think Ike's going to be a cool dog to get to know. He seems like he's got a good sense of humor. I think we're going to like him. So you guys ready? All right, in bed, pajamas on, lights off, music off. Okay. All right, opening page. Uh-oh, looks like Ike is. Oh man, I wonder what's happening there. Hmm. Okay. All right. So, first, let's read the news. All right. The Snort City Gazette Register. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's the Snort Register Gazette. Local dog enters obedience school. This is dated September 30th. All right. This is Ike LaRue. Citing a long list of behavioral problems, Snort City resident Gertrude R. LaRue yesterday enrolled her dog Ike in the Rottweiler Canine Academy, established in 1953. The academy has a long history of dealing with such issues. I'm at my wits' end, said Mrs. LaRue. I love Ike, but I'm afraid he's quite spoiled. He steals food right off the kitchen counter, chases the neighbor's cats, howls whenever I'm away. And last week, while I was crossing the street, he pulled me down and tore my best camel's hair coat. I just don't know what else to do. School officials were unavailable for comment. Oh boy, we got us our story here, don't we? Okay, so let's see what's happening. Look at that dog sending mail. That's funny. All right. So it looks to me like where the mailbox is, there's a sauna and a pool, and it says Rottweiler welcome dogs. All the dogs seem happy, and there's flowers and stuff. Ike draws this picture here. And that looks like a scary place. I wouldn't want to go there, would you? That looks awful. All right, well, let's see what Ike has to say. All right. All right. Dear Mrs. LaRue, how could you do this to me? This is a prison, not a school. You should see the other dogs. They're bad dogs. Mrs. LaRue, I don't fit in, given that even the journey here was a horror. I'm very unhappy and may need something to chew on when I get home. Please come right away. Sincerely, Ike. Oh, that's pretty good, Ike. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on here? He's sitting at the table. He's eating something there. She's not very happy about it. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what Ike has to say about it. Ike says, "Dear Mrs. LaRue, were you really so upset about the chicken pie? You know, you might have discussed it with me. You could have said, Ike, don't eat the chicken pie. I'm saving it for dinner. Would that have been so difficult? It would have prevented a lot of hard feelings. Needless to say, I am being horribly mistreated. You say I should be patient and accept. You say I should be patient and accept that I'll be here through the term. Are you aware? Are you aware that the term lasts 2 months? Do you know how long that is in dog years? Sincerely, Ike." It doesn't look so bad to me, Ike. He's got his own bowl. He's got some fancy dog food there. I think he just misses Mrs. LaRue. What do you think? That's my guess. Uh-oh. What's going on here? We got some cats. We got Ike down here, the bowl. I don't know. Well, let's see what Ike has to say about it. He says, "Dear Mrs. LaRue, I'd like to clear up some misconceptions about the Hibbins cats. First, they are hardly the little angels Mrs. Hibbins makes them out to be. Second, how should I know what they were doing out on the fire escape in the middle of January? They were being a bit melodramatic, don't you think? The way that they cried and refused to come down, it's hard to believe that they were really sick for 3 whole days. But you know cats. Your dog, Ike." I think the cats may have been trying to get Ike in trouble. But you know cats. All right. Uh-oh. More trouble here. Let's see. Gruesome prison tales. Looks like he's, I don't know. Looks like a nice teacher in the background teaching the other nice dogs how to sit and behave. Oh, I like Ike a lot. "Dear Mrs. LaRue, you should see what goes on around here. The way my warden, Mrs. Klondike, barks orders is shocking. Day after day, I'm forced to perform the most meaningless tasks. Today it's sit and roll over all day long. I flatly refuse to roll over. It's ridiculous. I won't do it. Of course, I was severely punished. And another thing, who will help you cross the street while I'm away? You know, you have a bad habit of not looking both ways, thinking of all the times I've saved you. Well, there was that one time, anyway. I must say you weren't very grateful, complaining on and on about the tiny rip in your ratty old coat. But the point is, you need me. Yours, Ike." Maybe that's what was going on there. You know? We were back here. Maybe he was saving her. Yeah, let's find out. I like Ike. What do you think? Okay. Uh-oh. He got his typewriter now. Look at those other mean dogs. Look at those guys. Those are rough dogs. Okay. "Dear Mrs. LaRue, the guards here are all caught up in this good dog, bad dog thing. I hear it constantly. Good dog, Ike. Don't be a bad dog, Ike. Is it really so good to sit still like a lummox all day? Nevertheless, I refuse to be broken. Miss Klondike has taken away taking away my typewriter. She claims it disturbs the other dogs. Does anybody care that the other dogs disturb me? Yours, Ike. So that's what's going on there. The other dogs. A little upset. But he's still got his radio, you know. Let's see. What's he reading there? She's Nasty Dungeons of the World. He's reading a book there. I think, like I said, I think Ike is Mrs. LaRue. Dear Mrs. LaRue, were the neighbors really complaining about my howling? It's hard to imagine. First, I didn't howl that much. You were away those nights, so you wouldn't know, but trust me, it was quite moderate. Second, let's recall that these are the same neighbors who are constantly waking me up in the middle of the afternoon with their loud vacuuming. I say we all have to learn to get along. My life here continues to be a nightmare. You wouldn't believe what goes on in the cafeteria. Sincerely, Ike. P.S. I don't want to alarm you, but the thought of escaping has crossed my mind. Look at that. He's reading a book. 50 Great Escapes. I think he's more than thinking about it. See, this is what he thinks is going on in the kitchen, but this is what's actually going on in the kitchen. Like I said, I think Ike's got it good there. I think he just misses Mrs. LaRue. That's what I think is happening. All right. Uh-oh. Is he sick? Oh, boy. All right. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I hate to tell you this, but I'm terribly ill. It started in my paw, causing me to limp all day. Later, I felt queasy, so that I could barely eat dinner, except for the yummy gravy. Then I began to moan and howl, and finally I had to be taken to the vet. Dr. Wilfrey claims that he can't find anything wrong with me, but I am certain I have an awful disease. I must come home at once. Honestly yours, Ike. Yeah. Yeah, he might be sick. Diagnosis here says hypochondriac, which is a doctor's way of saying you're not really sick. You just think you are. Yeah, I think maybe he's homesick. That's it. Okay. Well, what's going on here? Well, we've got a pumpkin fest going on. That sounds like fun. All the other dogs are running around enjoying themselves. Uh-oh. What's I think? All right. Dear Mrs. LaRue, thank you for the lovely get well card. Still, I'm a little surprised that you didn't come get me. I know what Dr. Wilfrey says, but is it really wise to take risks with one's health? I could have a relapse, you know. With fall here, I think about all the fun times, all the fine times we used to have in the park. Remember how sometimes you would bring along a tennis ball, you would throw it, and I would retrieve it every time, except for that once when it was landed in something nasty and I brought you back a stick instead. I know you miss those days. Yours truly, Ike. P.S. Imagine how awful it is for me to be stuck inside my tiny cell. P.P.S. I still feel pretty sick. Poor Ike. Ike has got it bad. I don't know. Here we go. He climbed out his window on a bed sheet, and he's still dressed up like a prisoner. That's funny. The guards at the gate. Looks to me like he's got all the freedom he needs there. He can write letters. But let's see. Dear Mrs. LaRue, by the time you read this, I'll be gone. I have decided to attempt a daring escape. I'm sorry it has come to this. Since I am really a very good dog, But frankly, you left me no choice. How sad it is to not be appreciated. From now on, I'll wander from town to town without a home or even any dog food, most likely. Such is the life of a desperate outlaw. I will try to write from time to time, as I carry on with my life of hardship and danger. Yours, lonely fugitive, Ike. Uh-oh. Made the newspaper. LaRue escapes doggy detention. Former Snort City resident Ike LaRue escaped last night from the dormitory at the Igor Brotweiler Canine Academy. The dog is described as toothy by local police. His current whereabouts are unknown. To be honest, I thought he was bluffing when he told me he was planning to escape, said a visibly upset Gertrude R. LaRue, the dog's owner. Ike tends to be a bit melodramatic, you know. Now I can only pray that he'll come back. Asked if she would return Ike to the Brotweiler Academy, Mrs. LaRue said that she would have to wait and see. He's a good dog, basically, but he can be difficult. Dum, dum, dum. Wanted. Escaped canine. All right. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I continue to suffer horribly as I roam this barren wasteland. Who knows where my wanderings will take me now? Hopefully to some place with yummy food. Remember the special treats you used to make for me? I miss them. I miss our nice, comfy apartment. But mostly, I miss you. Your sad dog, Ike. P.S. I even miss the Hibbins cats, in a way. I don't think he's got it all that bad. I think people are treating him pretty good. Like I said, I think he just misses Mrs. LaRue. Uh-oh. What's happening here? Uh-oh. Howling wolves. Oh, is that uh-oh. What's that? This could be trouble. Dear Mrs. LaRue, this is October 12th. Still summer. The world is a hard and cruel place for a stray dog. He's wearing the title of Stray Dog now. You would scarcely believe the misery I've endured. So I have decided to return home. You may try to lock me up again, but that is the risk I must take. And frankly, even more than myself, I worry about you. You may not know it, Miss LaRue, but you need me. Your misunderstood friend, Ike. He's in an airplane. I think he's flying first class. I think he needs her. Hero dog saves owner. Ike LaRue, until recently a student at the Igor Brotweiler Canine Academy, returned to Snort City yesterday in dramatic fashion. Oh boy. In fact, he arrived just in time to rescue his owner, Gertrude R. LaRue of 2nd Avenue, from an oncoming truck. Mrs. LaRue had made the trip downtown to purchase a new camel's hair coat. Apparently, She neglected to look both ways before stepping out into the traffic. Huh? So don't do that. Look both ways before you cross. Okay. The daring rescue was witnessed by several onlookers, including Patrolman Newton Schmitzer. It rolled right into traffic, across 2 lanes of traffic to get at her, said Schmitzer. It was really something. I haven't seen roading like that since I left the police academy. He was impressed. Huh? Mrs. LaRue was unhurt in the incident, though her coat was badly torn. I don't care about that, she said. I'm just happy to have my Ike back home where he belongs. LaRue said she plans to throw a big party for the dog. All the neighbors will be there, and I'm going to serve Ike's favorite dishes. Hey, Ike's back. I like Ike. I'll bet he can't wait to taste the chicken pie. Letters from Obedience School. Good night, JJ. Good night, JoJo. Grandpa loves you.